in the meeting now.
ميل على بلدي لتشوف كيف البحر بيضحك لك، لتشم تراب بلادي وترسم أحجار ومجدك.
ميل على بلدي لتشوف كيف البحر بيضحك لك، لتشم تراب بلادي ترسم أحجار ومجدك.
ميل على شاطئ حيف خدلك من رمل وتذكار، صورة بشوارع يافا وعلى صورة العكا مشوار.
ميل على شاطئ حيف خدلك من رمل وتذكار، صورة بشوارع يافا على صورة العكا مشوار.
ميل على بلدي لتشوف كيف البحر بيضحك لك. القدس وشوارعها وسماها أجمل مكان، ميل عنا وسال عنا احنا للكرم عنوان.
وإذا بدك تتهنى الناصرة بتبعت سلام، قاعدة بتحلى 100,000 بوجودك حلو الكلام.
ميل على وادي عار ركوة القهوة عالنار، شرفنا حارة حارة قلوبنا لعيونك دار.
ميل على وادي عار وركوة القهوة عالنار، شرفنا حارة حارة قلوبنا لعيونك دار.
ميل على بلدي لتشوف كيف البحر
كيف البحر بيضحك لك.
لفيت بلاد لفيت ما لقيت بجمالك ما لقيت، ولا حتى جبالك والورد وعصافيرك بتغني يابا ليل 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 ليل.
دلعونا بلادي غنيت وعالميجانا ربيت، وضحية غازل بالدبيت بكي وعتاب. أوه
لحكايا ستي حنت ولمتنا بساحات البيت ورغيف الزيت وزعتر شجر الزيتون.
ومشيت ياما وشقيت أغلى من بلادي ما لقيت شعر وأدب وعلم وفن وأحلى الألحان.
لفيت بلاد لفيت
ما لقيت بجمالك ما لقيت
ولا حتى جبالك والورد وعصافيرك بتغني.
يابا ليل 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 ليل
دلعونا بلادي غنيت وعالميزانة رديت ضحية غازل بتبكي وعتاب.
لحكايا ستي حنيت لمتنا بساحات البيت ورغيف الزيت وزعتر وشجر الزيتون.
ومشيت ياما وشقيت أغلى من بلادي ما لقيت شعر وأدب وعلم وفن وأحلى الألحان.
أمان 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 يا بلادي.
All right, everybody, welcome. So happy to have all of you here with us at another Palestine Foundation event. Thanks all for joining us. Thanks for watching that beautiful video in the beginning. My name is Amer Zahr. I'm going to be the host and MC today. I'm very happy to be with all of you. And once again, you know, we thought this thing would be over, right? We thought this would all be done, what, April last year? And we are still here, but that's okay. I think we Palestinians have been through a lot worse than this, and we're going to be able to deal with all of this stuff with no problem. I will tell you, I live in, I know what the problem is, okay? I know why we are still in quarantine. It is Arabs, let's just be honest, okay? I mean, it's our fault. I live in Dearborn, Michigan, and I can tell you, with living with all the Arabs around there, it's been difficult for the last year to try to explain to people. You know, I tell people, okay, you know, you got to wear a mask. They say, okay, well then how am I gonna kiss everybody? I said, no, you don't kiss anybody. Okay, we're stopped doing that. You know, oh, okay, but then how do I hug people? You don't hug people anymore. That's it. We're not doing that kind of stuff anymore. But then people will talk about me and say I'm the one who doesn't hug and kiss people. Well, okay, so but it's not working. Okay, so this is you know, a Corona quarantine doesn't work very well with the Arab diaspora culture, but we are getting through it, and one day we'll all be out of here. We'll all be vaccinated, and we will all be ready to get back into the real world and see each other and hug each other and kiss each other again without any worry. But again, we're so happy that everyone here is joining us with Palestine Foundation. Palestine Foundation is an organization close to my heart that has supported the arts and sustainable projects in Palestine and in America. Today, we are here for a very specific reason, and that is for the clean water projects that are currently going on in Palestine that Palestine Foundation is helping to lead up. We have a goal today. You know, it's kind of modest. I don't even want to say it because I know we're going to reach it. Okay, but it's $20,000 goal. I'm going to go ahead right now and make the goal $30,000. Okay, I don't care if maybe I'll get fired. Maybe the people from Palestine Foundation will ban me from future events. But let's just go ahead and make it 30. Okay, well, 20 we'll say we succeeded. 30, you know, how can we say it like this? You know, 20, we'll consider $20,000 like if you're son became an engineer, and $30,000 if your son became a doctor. These are the goals, the Arab goals that we're going for in today. But look, we are really here today to work on this project for clean water. We're already at $13,000, so that's amazing. We don't have a lot more work to do. We've had so many supporters, people who have donated, people who have actually walked for this event so far. And this is something that we have to support and make sure we keep pushing, keep making sure that we reach this, because this is a really important project that Palestine Foundation is putting on among all the other projects that we put on. For those of you who don't know about Palestine Foundation, let me just tell you very quickly. Palestine Foundation is an American 501c3 humanitarian nonprofit organization. Our vision is to enrich the lives of people in Palestine. And we want to advance sustainable projects in education, healthcare, habitat, and the arts, built on a strong foundation of community participation. So the mission, I think, is something that every Palestinian, every human being can agree on. And most importantly, it's tax deductible. Okay. So, you can tell the government at the end of the year that you don't really owe that money because you gave it away. So give it to us so that we can do these projects. And I know if I was at a live event, but I know it's true here too. If I was at a live event, I would say, I know you all have money. I go to all the Arab events, especially the Palestinian events, and I see the cars in the parking lot, and I know you have money. So just whatever you gave, give a little bit more. If you haven't given yet, please reach down, because we have such an exciting program, and we have amazing projects that we're working on here at Palestine Foundation. Palestine Foundation, for those who don't know, started working on clean water initiatives all the way back in 2018. First in the West Bank, and now they are working on schools in Gaza and the West Bank. So this clean water stuff is totally in line with the mission that Palestine Foundation believes in and tries to forward every single day. Now, every Palestinian knows that in a few days from now is Land Day, Yom al-Ard. Yom al-Ard is a commemoration of events in 1976 when Palestinians who live inside the Green Line were protesting against land confiscations by the government of Israel, and many Palestinians were killed as a result of those protests. And we know as Palestinians, this idea of, I always say it in my comedy, what's the problem? They're stealing our land, man. They're stealing our land. They keep stealing our land. They don't let us come back. That's it. It's pretty simple. And it's been the same problem since 1948. That's why things like this, where we keep our identity very strong through Palestine Foundation, and we always make sure that we are connected to our land through projects like this, are so important. Not only for Palestinians, but for non-Palestinians too, to know the real connections. They said the old will die and the young will forget. And I keep meeting 90-year-old Palestinians who haven't died yet. And I keep meeting 6- and 7-year-old Palestinians in America who tell you the name of their village that their grandparents got kicked out of. So we didn't die and we didn't forget, and it's all working out okay. But we have to keep supporting the work of the Palestine Foundation. And so we are commemorating Land Day through this important water project, clean water project that we're working on. People back home are struggling to hold on to their land even today. Some of you might be following that there is current ethnic cleansing happening in Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood of Jerusalem. And so this is not historical only. This is still happening to our people today. And it's important that everyone here takes and has a role in making sure that these things, that our issues stay at the forefront, and our work on these real projects is supported. And if we don't support it ourselves, no one else is going to do it for us. And so when land is taken, so are many of life's precious resources for survival, including water, which is the source of all life. And confiscation of land is confiscation of water. We've seen with the occupation of the West Bank has really been about a lot of water resources for the Israelis, and we've seen the inequitable distribution of water to settlers and Palestinians, and this has been a story going on forever in Palestine. And so for the past 3 years, the Palestine Foundation has been hosting walks for water on Land Day. And we wish we could be out there walking today, but we find ourselves again here. But something about Zoom is that while it means we can't touch and feel each other and hug each other, it means that we can connect with each other in ways that we didn't do before. So maybe in the future, we'll be back in rooms doing events and still be on Zoom. I'm sure we'll probably be doing both in the future as well. So we have a really, really exciting program, a lot of exciting speakers, a lot of exciting guests. So let me start off with a video of the water crisis in Palestine. And after that, we will hear from Adila Dahdoul, who is the chair of the Palestine Foundation's Walk for Water Committee. Enjoy the video.
Access to clean, sanitized, and safe water by Palestinians in occupied West Bank and Gaza areas is limited and totally controlled by Israel. In November 1967, the Israeli authorities issued Military Order 158, which stated that Palestinians could not construct any new water installation without first obtaining a permit from the Israeli army. Palestinians living under Israel's military occupation continue to suffer the devastating consequences of this order until today. They are unable to drill new water wells, install pumps, or deepen existing wells, in addition to being denied access to the Jordan River and freshwater springs. As a result, some 180 Palestinian communities in rural areas in the occupied West Bank have no running water access. Even in towns and villages which are connected to the water network, the taps often run dry. Furthermore, in some areas, water is contaminated by sewage and toxic waste intentionally left by the occupation. There is not enough water to keep crops and animals healthy. Plants die and milk yields drop, putting livelihoods at risk. Water is an essential need for growing bodies and minds. Our younger generation needs clean water to flourish. Approximately 1.5 million children attend schools and preschools in Palestine, but potable water is not available in most schools. 50% of the West Bank do not have an adequate supply of drinkable water, and the remaining schools have some corrosion and infrastructure issues that contaminate the drinkable water, while schools in Gaza have salinated water, which is unhealthy and requires special filtration systems. Because of the COVID-19 crisis and increased sanitation, the water consumption is doubled per student, according to the Palestinian Ministry of Education. That is why Palestine Foundation is committed to ensuring clean water so that our children get the most important components to growing healthy. In the spirit of sustainability, the Palestine Foundation proudly teamed up with One for Three to teach community members in the Aida refugee camp and Al Walaja how to gather water, test and clean it for drinking, and the household uses the remainder to be used in agriculture. We are forming partnerships with CBOs and NGOs on the ground to provide whatever is needed, whether it is filtration systems, rooftop tanks, water cisterns, or minor renovations to schools' infrastructure. Alongside your active involvement, the Palestine Foundation can supplement a lifelong solution to this water crisis. Your contribution means the difference between life and death, and your donation is highly appreciated. Please help us provide clean water. Let our children thrive. Thank you for your generosity.
Welcome. My name is Adila Dadul, and I'm the chairperson of the Palestine Foundation's Walk for Water Committee that was first formed in 2018. Our goal is to raise funds to address the water crisis in Palestine. Our first walk took place in 2018 in Orange County, California. We were inspired by One for Three, a US based nonprofit organization in Boston that walks every yearly for clean water projects in Palestine. They inspired us not only to walk, but to join their efforts in the Palestinian refugee camps in the West Bank. The Palestine Foundation is committed to empowering local communities to be part of the purification process so they can continue to manage it themselves. Our educational programs were focused on water gathering, testing, and agriculture. This year, we're working to support the implementation of sanitation and filtration systems in the schools in both the West Bank and Gaza, as well as the surrounding communities. So, why walk in 2021? The water crisis in Palestine is greater now than it was in 2018. If anything, due to the pandemic, the daily need for clean water for drinking and sanitation has more than doubled. We walk to make an impact, all the while having fun. We became a part of the process, and just like our Palestinian brothers and sisters, we have a stake in the outcome. While we could not get together in person, we knew we could still make a difference. In just a few short weeks, we raised over $12,000 and we're still going strong. The process is open to people of all ages and backgrounds. So get together with your friends, family, and walk for water in Palestine. Thank you for your support, and we look forward to seeing you on the trail.
All right. Well, I hope everyone was able to learn a little bit more about what we do and learn a little bit more about this project. I just wanted to say very quickly, Palestine Foundation, and I know this because I've worked with them on projects before, not only do they love what they do, but they take it very seriously. And when I say they, I mean Palestinian women, because it's run by Palestinian women mostly. I mean, there might be a guy in there somewhere just for looks, I don't know, but it's really Palestinian women running the show, just like it is in most of our organizations. And the kind of investigation and vetting and due diligence they do in every project is something that I haven't seen really in a lot of our organizations. So when you give money to Palestine Foundation, you can not only be sure that it's going to a wonderful project that's going to be helping our people, but you can be sure that there's been a lot of dedicated Palestinians making sure that everything is totally not just legitimate, but really, really at the highest levels. So you know your money is going to get spent in the way that it's meant to. All right, well, let me hand it off to Randa Isa now for the next part of our program. Hey, Randa.
Morning. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the board of the Palestine Foundation, we offer a loving tribute to the late Mr. Mohammed Jaridli, Abu Samer, husband to board member Samira Jaridli. Ammu, as I will fondly remember him by, was an icon in his own right, a kind soul, a gentle man, with a big heart for his family and friends, his community, and his beloved Palestine. Always welcoming, his face would light up when I entered the room. We would then share a thumbs up to indicate that we were both well. To this day, I cannot help but smile every time I think about such a simple yet precious moment. A part of us could have died the day he died, but we need to continue to honor his memory by living the life that he did. A life of kindness, a life of compassion, a life of faith. There is so much work to be done for Palestine. And so we will do it with the same passion and drive that defined Abu Samer's life and now his legacy. Rest in peace, Ammu. This is for you.
And thank you so much for that wonderful tribute, Randa. And we Palestinians all know that we carry the stories and the weight of our ancestors with us, and we're going to continue in the memory of Abu Samer and in the memory of all of our ancestors who suffered so much, but always had a smile on their face and always had energy, so we could keep pushing forward and keep doing these kinds of things. So thank you, Randa, and thank you to Abu Samer for all his support for our community. Well, as you might see, I'm going to try to, I don't know if I can, I'm going to try to find it. Okay. All of us have this. There we go. All of us have this address up here. I don't know, using my right finger, my left finger. Go here, PalestineFoundation.org/donate. Right above the dome. Right above the dome is the address. Please, it's real simple. That's where you go to donate for this event, so we can support this clean water project and all the projects Palestine Foundation does. PalestineFoundation.org/donate. No amount is too small, and No amount is too big. So give as much as you can, give as much as feels comfortable to you, and especially in the memory of Land Day and everything that Palestinians have gone through. All right, keep walking, riding, exercising for Palestine. It's something that you do anyway, and we want you to start doing it today. And when you do that, you can join a fundraising team that is doing the Walk for Palestine, the Walk for Water, or start your own. In other words, this doesn't end today. We want people to continue with this project and continue doing these things in the Walk for Palestine. So hopefully you'll see a link here. All of it is at palestinefoundation.org, but there's a link as well where you can find out how to start your own walk. There can be virtual walks. You can access the link from Palestine Foundation. And thanks to everyone who already walked, and keep walking and keep making sure these issues stay alive. We're going to share a short slideshow of some of the people who walked for this year. So if we could go ahead and go to that slideshow of all the people who have participated in the Walk for Water this year.
Walking for water in Palestine. Bye. Good morning, everyone. Everybody. This is Hala, and this is Hidab. The Tarifi team walking for water Palestine, water for life from Arcadia. We're walking for water in Palestine. Walk for water, walk for life. Yeah, we still have our masks. You know that in Palestine, they don't really have Palestinians, unfortunately, because of the occupation, they don't have access to clear water. And this is why we are walking to support the Palestine Foundation in raising funds to make clean water accessible to Palestinians in the occupied territory. Please join us. Join us on Saturday, this Saturday, the 27th of March, and please donate generously. So walk with us, okay? God bless. Okay, let's walk. Let's walk. We're in Arcadia. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful weather. Okay? Okay. You have a blessed day. Take care.
My name is Loay Elbasyouni, walking for water in Palestine. All right, see you guys.
Hello, Dunya Karam here, walking for water in Palestine with Jolie Karam, all the way from New York. Hope you're enjoying your day.
All right. Well, as you can see, there was all ages on the walk, children, adults. I mean, I think I saw a dog. So everyone is walking for water in Palestine. So we need everyone to participate in any way that they can. It's a really, really amazing project here from Palestine Foundation. Again, let me get this again. PalestineFoundation.org/donate. Go there, donate now. Okay, it's gonna feel good. I promise. Give money, then give more money, and then give a little bit more money. Okay, don't go out to dinner the next 3 or 4 days. Eat ramen noodles for the next week so that you can give to the Walk for Water, because this is really, really, really important. Okay, we're lucky. We've come here to America. We've come to other places in the world, and we all know we Palestinians done very well for ourselves, fortunately. And so, you know, I always tell people we are the most successful people on planet Earth because we don't have plan B. We got to make it work, and we do. And we do very well. And now we need to go ahead and start to give back. And one of the amazing ways is through this clean water program. But I don't want anyone to think Palestine Foundation only does the clean water program, because Palestine Foundation does so many amazing things. And one of the new initiatives that they have done is something that has affected me because I actually have a familial connection to it. My niece is a part of it. But Palestine Foundation has been doing this amazing, amazing choir program, training young Palestinian American and Arab American children to learn about our culture through music. And it's called the Mawtini Choir. And I am very honored to introduce the project leader of that, a great Palestinian American, Mr. Sami Asmar. Hello, Sami.
Hello, Amer. How are you?
Good, good, good. Take it away.
Well, thank you for the nice introduction. We, over the past few months only, this is very recent, have put together a project that meets the charter of the Palestine Foundation, which is to support the arts, among other things. And it's the Mawtini Choir. Mawtini, as you know, is the Arabic word for my homeland. And it's a poem and a song that was written almost 90 years ago by Ibrahim Tulqan and composed by Muhammad Flayfil. And we chose it as the name of the choir itself because it's the theme song, the national anthem of the Palestinians that we actually keep playing. So before I talk more about it, we have two videos. Let's play the first video and hear our kids singing Mawtini for you as a group. But of course, this day and age, they're not in the same room, but the video collage, and then we'll come back and talk some more.
Wow.
You
I
you
mean, Sammy,
recognize one of the kids?
Sammy, wait, stop, Sammy, Sammy. This is amazing, man. I mean, especially in this world, how are you doing this? Are you working individually with each of these kids?
Well, not quite. That's the biggest challenge. And for kids between the ages of 5 and 12, we can go up to 17. It's very frustrating. So we do our best. We work with them individually and as a group. And you have to understand the challenges not only with Zoom and COVID situation, but these are kids living in the U.S. Almost none of them speak classical Arabic, but are singing in classical Arabic. They're saying words they can barely understand. So we, in our lessons, we not only go over the music, but we go over the language, the pronunciation, the the body language, and you'll see more of that in the second and last video that we have. But they're just adorable, aren't they?
I mean, it's amazing, and it's more evidence that we are not forgetting, we're not going anywhere, and from people who are as young as 5 or 6 years old to people who are as old as how old are you? 29, 30 years old. For people who are all the way up to 29 or 30 years old but I mean these generations are so connected to each other. And really, thank you so much. And I can't wait to watch the next video.
Let me first feature our beautiful logo behind me, if you can see that, thanks to our great artist, Sam Hassan, who's also a parent of 2 of the boys in the choir. So the kids have sent me individual songs other than Mawtini that we taught them and they practiced on their own. And they've sent me half-hour worth of material, which was obviously a little too much. So I had to cut and paste a few seconds of each just to show you a collage of their efforts, how beautiful and adorable they are, and just how much they take this seriously and practice with us regularly. So
okay,
I'm gonna end with...
Before you continue, I have a surprise for you and a surprise for everybody, which is I have one of your students, one of your success stories on, who happens to be my niece. Hi, Huda.
She's throwing rocks. Sorry.
No, we don't want her to throw rocks now. Hi, Huda.
Hi, Huda.
Huda,
We're on a walk for
just...
Palestine. I didn't record it in advance, but we're walking today for Palestine, and we're donating. What are we donating, Huda? $331. No, you're shy. For what? When's your birthday? Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's my niece. Unlike, I guess she didn't get the talking genes from me, Sammy, but she definitely got the singing lessons from you, because she was in that video, and she's young. She's just about to turn 5, and it's amazing to me what you've accomplished with some of these kids. So let's go ahead and move on to the next video.
She is one of our stars, and I hope the next video motivates people to donate some more. And I thank you, everybody. I want to point out that the last segment of the video is like an outtake, just showing how some of the kids can have fun with it, even if it's not serious business. Thank you. Let's play the second video.
Okay.
عصفور سلم الشباك واللي يا نونو خبيني عندك خبيني دخلك يا نونو خبيني عندك خبيني دخلك يا نونو قلتله انت من وين قالي من حدود السماء قلتله جاي من وين قالي من بيت جيران قلتله خايف من مين قالي من قفص هربان قلتله ريشاتك وين قالي فرفط عالزمن عصفور طلم بالشباك وقالي يا نونو
بالقامة يمشي مرفوع الهامة يمشي منتشب القامة يمشي مرفوع الهامة يمشي في كفي كشوة زيتون وعلى كتفي نعشي وأنا أمشي وأنا أمشي وأنا أمشي وأنا أمشي
كلمة حلوة وكلمتين حلوة يا بلدي خنوة حلوة وخنوتين
الحق سلاحي وأقاوم أنا فوق جراحي سأقاوم أنا لن أستسلم من الأرض وعليك بلادي لو ساوم الحق سلاحي وأقاوم أنا فوق جراحي سأقاوم أنا لن أستسلم من الأرض وعليك بلادي لو ساوم بيتي هنا أرضي هنا بحر السهم النار هنا وكيف بوجه النار أسالم سأقاوم.
Go for it. Okay, we do it together, okay? Come on, sit down together. Yes, no, yes, yes. How about you go like you camera? Like a word. Come on, Lace. Sit next to your brother. Ready, set, go. Right now.
So that was Laith and Zane having fun with it at the end. Thank you.
Thanks, Sammy. And I mean, again, thank you so much for this. I know it's not easy, and I know it takes a lot of patience, but I know your love for Palestine and what we do. And I just want to say, you know, we have a lot of guests watching today in the Zoom meeting here, but also on Facebook. And we probably have a lot of, you know, uninvited guests from the FBI and other places watching. Sammy, when that kid was saying, Sa'uqawam, that's how you say, I love America, right? That's how you say, God bless
That's
America.
exactly. Yes, yes. It's apple pie and
that's right,
all that.
exactly. All right, good.
I just want to give credit before I leave to our music teacher, Mr. Hassan Minawi, who is also a star in California. And I hope more kids join us. This is just the core group that we're starting with, and we are open to get more kids. Have fun with us.
Great. Thanks so much, Sammy.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. I mean, look, if that doesn't prove to you the kind of stuff that Palestine Foundation does to keep our culture alive and keep our narratives alive, I don't know what will. Let's move on to the next part of our event here, which is Loay Elbasyouni. Loay Elbasyouni is a Palestinian engineer from Gaza. He is actually part of the NASA team that succeeded in landing the Ingenuity Mars helicopter on Mars. And we'll now play a short clip from him and then bring him into the program.
So I'm Loay Elbasyouni. I'm an electrical engineer specialized in electric propulsion and power electronics. I was part of the Mars Helicopter team. That's the first aircraft to fly outside of Earth. I was the power electronic and electrical lead. Currently, the helicopter is on Mars. We're waiting for the first flight. I mean, I grew up in Gaza, after the age of 6. I remember the first day I moved into Gaza, like I walk in the street and, running to an Israeli Jeep and everybody's running away, hiding. This was before the first Intifada. And then I kind of like, when I was in this 4th grade, the first Intifada started. And, kind of was a really difficult experience at the time because, a lot of days we did not even go to school. So, our school was like shut down or, I remember in my middle school, our school was like suspended for like a couple months, and then like, growing up through the first Gulf War, the same time the school was closed. So, a lot of time you had to study on your own, we had to like, it's almost like homeschooling, but my dad was too busy in the hospital. He's a surgeon. So, so it's like, I haven't even, sometimes I ask my dad some questions, but a lot of time we had to like really self-educate,
What do your family think about your work for NASA and this extraordinary achievement of being part of that project that landed this craft on Mars?
Both my parents are really, really very proud. Everybody, even my extended family is really proud. I don't know if you've seen any of the pictures of like people celebrating in Gaza. It's like, I think there was more celebration of the perseverance than there is in the United States. A little bit. Honestly, I always wanted to make a difference. So, I believe that, to change something in the world, you need to be part of the change. Or, we learned that we have capability to fly on Mars or even possibly another planet, which means like in future mission, we could send like, like instead of we sending a rover, we could, NASA could send like a helicopter. I mentor a lot of different students, who like actually, and I say it's like, I always say the same thing. It's like, if you have hope, you have beliefs, you just need to continue, create a path and continue working on it no matter what's stopping your way.
Loay, you're embarrassing us, man. All right. Coming, Gaza to NASA. I know we're supposed to be overachievers, Loay, but this is a little too much. Again, everybody, this is Loay Elbasyouni. He has been with Palestine Foundation volunteering from the beginning, always been a part of everything that we do. And we are so proud of you, Loay, and thank you for everything that you do. Oh, is he with us? Loay, you with us?
I'm here. I think I might have a difficulty here.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you heard me, but I said thank you for being with Palestine Foundation from the beginning, and thank you for everything that you do to help our community and to make us proud.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm very happy to help any Palestine in any way possible.
Good. Loay, let me ask you something since you are from Gaza. When you guys were working on the Mars project, did you make sure that there was a place in the ship or in the helicopter that you would be able to put as much shatta as you needed so that when they got to Mars, everyone would have shatta?
I made sure I put the mark of, hot gas and pepper on the
okay, good.
Design.
Because I don't know, for those people who don't know, the people of Gaza, they like their food very spicy. They put shatta on everything. Loay, I once saw somebody from Gaza put shatta on shatta. This is how much shatta you guys eat.
Yeah, I remember we used to eat like bread with shatta. That's what the kids used to cool. That's their peanut butter.
Yeah, right. So what's the last message, Loay, that you would like to send to everybody who is, might be interested in supporting the Palestine Foundation, especially with all your experience with this organization? How can you encourage people to support this organization?
Water, this is specifically in this thing. Water is a really important thing. I grew up in Gaza struggling, with like water rights. I remember when we dig a well once and like was kind of without permit because we had to really take a risk, make a huge investment So, I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can help, you know, I mean, definitely like helping, you know, giving people access to water rights. It's really very important. I mean, we're looking for water on Mars, so I don't know what else to say.
Right. That's a good way to put it. I mean, water is so important. We're looking for it on Mars, so it's definitely something that supports all life. Well, Loay, listen, man, we love you. We're proud of you, and keep doing what you're doing, and keep being a great example for all the rest of us.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye, Loay.
Bye.
All right, man. Well, we are getting near the end of our program. So as we get near the end, let me tell you one more time. Let me keep trying this. I'm trying to look at myself and my fingers, make sure I'm doing this right. PalestineFoundation.org/donate. Give that money. I'm gonna ask our people if we have any sort of update, if we're starting to feel some of the donations come in during this event. But please, PalestineFoundation.org/donate. Get in there, support this project, support this amazing clean water, this Walk for Water project that we're doing. And we have an amazing way to end today. I'm really happy and excited about it because not only because I know the next person coming to the stage is a proud and very talented Palestinian, but I think he's known me my whole life. Like I think he knew me before I knew me. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I think he knew me before I knew me. We are now bringing to the stage a great Palestinian American, George Bisharat. George is a trial lawyer for the Office of the Public Defender in San Francisco before joining the Faculty of Law at the University of California Hastings School of Law in San Francisco in 1991. He studied law, anthropology, and Middle East studies at Harvard, another just regular achieving Palestinian, no big deal, and wrote a book about Palestinian lawyers working under Israeli military occupation in the West Bank. He writes frequently on law and politics in the Middle East, both for academic audiences and for major media sources in the US and abroad. Professor Bisharat is an avid fly fisher, sometimes in exotic locations like Russia and New Zealand. This is what it means when you're Palestinian, man. You travel all around the world. And he also writes articles for fly fishing magazines. But what he's sharing with us today is that he's also a singer, songwriter, and a blues harmonica player, specializing in the chromatic harmonica, as Big Harp George has recorded 2 albums that has earned award nominations and critical acclaim. And his wife, Jaleh Bisharat, is a business marketing executive working in high tech. And, before we get into watching some of your performance, Professor George, let me tell you, I talked to my mom and dad today, and they've been talking to me all week about, oh, you're going to be with George on the Zoom. I said, yeah, I'm going to be with George. My dad's name is George too, so I want to be with George on Zoom. And I've always known you as a law professor and someone who's worked tirelessly for our community. And then my mom and dad, who must have known you in the 70s, we're all young here, but the 70s in Berkeley, said, my mom goes, oh yeah, he used to bring his harmonica everywhere. He was, so you've always been a musician for a long time. And as a lawyer turned comedian, I feel you, man. So thank you so much for joining us today.
It's a great honor to join this important event. I'm so happy I was invited. Thank you, Amani, for inviting me. And Amer, it's always great to be with you.
Thanks, man. All right. Well, I understand that we're going to see a little bit of what you do. So please, everybody, enjoy this wonderful performance by George Bisharat, Big Harp George. Support him, buy his albums, and let's enjoy it now.
Papa was a strong man, he used to fish the sea, and by his own hands he fed his family. Now his boat rides sand on the beach. He strolls along, gazing at waves beyond reach. Papa, Papa, won't you meet me at the fence? We'll head down there for one last dance. If they won't let us live life free, we won't be dying, dying on our knees.
Mama grew flowers and rainbow bounty, that beauty tables far across the sea. The wilted rose in our drying fields. Bouquet of death, it seems, is our only yield. Mama, Mama, won't you meet me at the fence? We'll head down there for one last dance. If they won't let us live life free, at least we're dying, dying on our feet. Oh,
Ashraf was a sharp boy, the kind they call a moose, living in prison, that really ain't no use. So he plays video games in deep night and sleeps his pain away all through daylight. Brother, brother, won't you meet me at the fence? We'll head down there for one last dance. If they won't let us live life free, we won't be dying, dying on our knees.
since I was younger, I dream of wearing white. I never saw it like a bullseye. But as my blood blossoms red on my chest, it paints a bullseye where one didn't exist. Sister, sister, come and meet me at the fence. I'm going down there for one last dance. They're gonna stop us from living free, so I'll be dying, dying on my feet.
Professor George, man, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Thank you so much. Now tell us about who was in that performance with you.
Sure. That was Amal Murqus, the well-known Palestinian singer from the 48 community, and her son, Firas Zreik, who was playing the qanun. He graduated recently from Berklee College of Music in Boston. He's living in New York and is a full-time musician. Brilliant musicians, both of them.
Yeah, and you know, Amal is a legend in her own right in Palestine and throughout the world. She's been singing about Palestine for years, and now you doing the work that you're doing. I mean, thank you so much. And you know, how do you see your work connecting with what the Palestine Foundation does, and what can you say about encouraging people to support the Palestine Foundation?
Well, I think there are a lot of different ways to contribute, you know, to our people, to our people's struggle. Music is one of them. It's, you know, the way I'm contributing these days mostly. I haven't given up all the other things that I do, but music is my main focus. And of course, the incredible work that Sammy has done with Mawtini is such a wonderful thing, and it really is. You hit the nail on the head, Ahmed. It's about maintaining tradition, maintaining connectedness to Palestine, and that's vitally important work. And of course, you know, this song, the song that you just played of mine, is about it's celebrating the Great March of Return, and it's about Gaza. And you know, 2020 was the year that the United Nations said that Gaza would no longer be inhabitable for human beings, and a lot of that has to do with water. So this project that the foundation is engaged in also is absolutely vital. And I urge all of you to open your wallets and be as generous as you possibly can.
Yeah, thank you, Professor. And I'll tell you, as an amateur musician myself, the oud man, I've always known that there is something, you know, I've always, like you, I've always loved jazz and Arabic music, and there's something real jazzy about Arabic music, isn't there?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Sure.
man. The improvisations, the playing with all the notes, and you bring those things, those two traditions together so flawlessly. And just again, thank you for everything you do, and thanks for contributing to our event today.
Yeah. Thank you for inviting me. It's an honor.
All right. Thanks, Professor. All right, now we're going to move on to one of our final clips today of Lily and Karim Karam, two of the sort of pillars of Palestine Foundation. But again, don't forget, PalestineFoundation.org/donate. You know, we've had so many people today donate their time, from Professor George to Amal Murqus and her son to Loay Elbasyouni, to all the people who have joined us today, and to all the great work that Sammy Asmar does with our kids. These are people who are putting in the work to make sure Palestine is heard day in and day out. So you out there, you in our community, you know, not everyone can put in the same time. Like Professor George says, everyone contributes in a different way. Well, we're asking you today to contribute with some of that money. So please give again to PalestineFoundation.org to support this project and all the other great projects that we do. And let me one more time leave you with a final video, a walking video clip, inviting people to next year's walk.
Hi, I'm Lily Karam.
Hi, I'm Karim, and we're walking for water in Palestine.
All the way in Palos Verdes Peninsula, which I call Haifa of Southern California. Thank you for joining us today. Enjoy our program, and make sure to join us next March on our annual walk. And all early arrivals get to have Arabic coffee. Go Palestine Foundation.
Well, I think, Professor George, you can probably agree with me that there will be no early arrivers. This is an Arab event. There will be no early arrivers, but we ask everybody to make sure and participate. Everyone, Professor George, Loay, Amani, Randa, Charlotte behind the scenes, Lily helping us all run the show. I'm sure I forgot some people, Sammy Asmar, everybody. Thank you so much for everything you do for us. And we ask everyone out there, keep giving. Don't forget, you know, I kind of want to hear the song again by George and Amal. You know, I don't know if we can go out on that, on a little bit of that, as we encourage people to keep giving money. But again, my name is Amer Zahr. I was honored to be with all of you here today. Keep giving. Don't forget, it doesn't stop today. We can keep giving to the Walk for Water, PalestineFoundation.org/donate. Start a team. Keep Palestine on your mouth every single day. I always tell people, if you can post one little thing about Palestine every day, you are going to be doing all of us a service. So in the name of the Palestine Foundation, on behalf of everyone that works for it, thank you, everyone. Keep giving, and we will see you all again very, very soon.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Thank you, Amer.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Papa was a strong man, he used to fish the sea, and by his own hands he fed his family. Now his boat rides sand on the beach. He strolls along, gazing at waves beyond reach.